As we get started with this new unit, Unit D, we want to talk about corresponding parts of polygons, namely mostly triangles. But our first one actually is not a triangle, it's just a polygon. So these two polygons are congruent. It says so right there. And so I want to name the corresponding parts. So we have 4 sides that are corresponding and 4 angles that are corresponding. Let's start with the sides. Actually, you can use this information over here to identify which ones are corresponding. So HI, with the first 2 letters, should be congruent to LM. So HI is over here and LM is there. So those are corresponding parts. And so I mark them with a congruent symbol. And I put a 1 mark there. I'm going to write HI congruent to LM. And you want to put them in the same order. HI comes first, LM then would be next. All right, let's look at another set. How about IJ? IJ would go with MN. IJ would be congruent with MN. Let's take a look at that. IJ is here. I would put 2 marks there, and MN would be there. I'm putting 2 marks there. Next, you see JK, NO. So JK would be congruent to NO. So JK is up here. That's got 3 marks. NO would be right here, 3 marks. And last but not least, since we came to the end here, we go to the first and last. HK would be congruent to LO. So HK is this one. You're going to have to put 4 marks on that one for the 4th side and 4 marks on that one for the 4th side. So you can see all of the marks showing all of the congruent sides. We now have 4 angles to show, and again, we can put them right in this order. Angle H would correspond with angle L, and that would be marked this way, 1 mark and 1 mark. A little curve there. We do I goes with M. Angle I congruent to angle M. We put 2 marks for I, 2 marks for M. Next, we see J goes with N, angle J congruent to angle N. We put 3 marks for J and 3 marks for N. And our last set is K goes with O, angle K congruent with angle O. And we're going to need 4 curved marks for angle K and angle O. It's a little messy, but those are all the congruent marks where they are. One more example in this particular video, are these triangles congruent? Again, we've got to show all 3 sides and all 3 angles are congruent in this triangle. Let's start with the sides. So I can see that AB is congruent to ED. It says it's congruent, and it says that we have length of 4 and length of 4, which are congruent, same length. Length 6 and length 6 are congruent. I actually like to write this down as I now know that 3 of the sides are congruent. Now what about the angles? I've got an angle A and an angle E with 1 curved mark, so I have 1 angle. I've got angle B with 2 curved marks, angle D with 2 curved marks. That's the second angle. So far I've shown 5 of the 6 things that I need to show. But that's it. I ran out of room here. I ran out of information. Is there a way to show that this angle and this angle are congruent? Well, look at it. Look closely at it. What do we know about those types of angles? What are they called? Those are vertical angles. So yeah, vertical angles are congruent. So I'm going to mark that with 3 curves, and we're going to say there's the other set of angles. We have all 6 things, so yes, the triangles are definitely congruent.